It's definitely the culture and goes with the... Yeah, I think they're just called idiots.
Okay. This is really naive of me to say. You know you have valley girls, do you have valley boys?
Yeah.
I could see you there. It's very cool.
Where are you at?
I'm in the valley.
What part?
Studio City.
Okay, I love it over there. Alright.
Greg
Just
used to
lean forward towards me a little bit more.
Greg used to make so much fun of us all because we all smoke. He'd be like, we got 2 years before I quit. I don't mind. I mean, everybody knows.
Something a little more interesting.
Yeah, I think cigarettes suit you. Oh my gosh, she's yeah.
With the red eyes.
She's crazy. Sorry, I let John get on with his.
Okay.
Now we'll have a chat.
Well, hopefully, I mean, that to me as an actor was the goal, performance at least wise, of playing a role that you know, everybody could identify with, no matter whether they were a girl or a boy or straight or gay or bisexual or anything, that he was just somebody that you would maybe want to be friends with. And you know, one of my favorite things about this film, and the thing I love probably the most about it, is it can be as meaningful or meaningless as you want it to be. If you want to look for a lot of messages and critiques and art and intellect in it, you can find it. If you want it to just be a wild romp of sexiness and beauty in the end of the world, then you can do that too. And I don't think it really necessarily stakes its claim in either direction. You know, but hopefully I want, you know, a bunch of guys who want to get drunk and whatever and have a great time, you know, watching this sexy movie. But also we wanted for young people all over the world who maybe they are sexually specific or maybe they are counterculture to have a kind of hero in any of these characters, for boys and girls to like these characters and realize that they are being represented in a film. It's very rare, I think, that these sort of other side of teenagers, the non-American Pie cast, if you will, of human beings is being represented in a very honest, respectful, and cool way. It's not coming from any kind of didactic point of view either of, you know, I certainly don't think the message is enjoy life, then you die. It's quite the opposite, I think. So.
I think you're right. I think on that note, I'm going to wrap up. But
okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
It's sort of what you know, that bit at the beginning where it says, I'm 18.
Perpetually
every
horny.
5 minutes, I just my hand.
That was my audition scene, by the way, which was kind of awkward. Masturbating in my audition. So.
You didn't.
Well, I mean, you know, definitely put the hand down there, but no, there was never any real sex activities going on in this movie.
No, that's good to know. But no, I was just going to say about the honesty of the character, about how everybody, I think, can relate. And I just think, God, what a bloody sophisticated crowd. Is that true?
Yeah. You know, the two naughty kids were myself and Chris Zilka, who plays Thor. There was a lot of we're just like two bad frat buddies. It's kind of embarrassing, like all the sort of moments of sexual tension for us we couldn't get through without laughing a lot of the time. But you know, the whole feeling on the set was very just so committed to the film, and it was so many long night shoots. It was tiring, but there was a lot of seriousness and respect for the material, and a lot of respect for Greg. Although, and you'd be shocked, Greg is so laid back and relaxed on set. He doesn't panic, or he's not tough or difficult, or you know. And the crazy thing is, I was saying earlier, he directs. You know, he's also his own editor, so he directs very much from an editing place. And every day, your script that you would get in the morning, there are drawings beside every line of dialogue of exactly what the shot's going to be, exactly where it cuts, and he never deviates from that. So there are no accidents in Greg Araki films. Everything is planned, you know, way in advance. So.
No, because I mean, like, as I was going back to what I was saying at the very beginning, your character, I mean, you carried the movie pretty much. You and Stella.
Yeah.
You know, but I mean, how did you get involved in that?
Well, I'd met Greg twice, just socially, long before anything was happening with Kaboom. The first time I met him was just I'd asked to meet him to tell him I was such a fan. So we'd met, and so he knew me and he knew who I was, and he'd seen some of my work, I guess. And then I somehow, I don't remember how, got a hold of the screenplay like a year before any production was going on with it, and I was just obsessed with it, and I wanted to play the role so badly because I felt it was such a return to the era of films that Greg did that were so influential on me when I was younger. And then I just auditioned for him, which was awkward to audition for someone that you kind of know socially. And then a lot of convincing, and managed to trick him into hiring me. So.
Which is all good.
Yeah.
That was because it seems like such a sophisticated. When you're actually watching the screen, you're thinking, these are all young people. And I met Mysterious Skin with a Screen International person saying that, because he'd written in this review, Greg Araki is just trying to shock people again. It's like, no, you just don't get it, do you? Well,
and especially that film is so just about honesty, and of course, some people find honesty shocking, but I mean, that's a very real story, so.
Yeah. It just annoys me.
That would annoy me too.
Sent to the wrong movie.
And I read a review once of Mysterious Skin that said it was just another Greg Araki attack on America, and it's moments and words like that just make me hate Americans. It's the most ridiculous argument, like, I'm sure this heartbreaking story about sexual abuse was an attack on the States. Like, get over yourself. It's very frustrating.
Like,
yeah.
So, I mean, awkward moment with people. I mean, did that sort of pass through your head, or did you just charge into it, or?
I was not particularly intimidated by the sex or the nudity. Doing sex scenes, some are easier than others, some are more awkward than others, but fortunately all of us in the film, all the cast, I think, was really committed and really comfortable with each other. There's a lot of laughter and a lot of kind of joking, and but and the nudity I was fine with. I think that it's not vulgar nudity for the most part. I mean, there's vulgar moments of comedy, but I don't think it's. And Greg, the thing is, like, for such a provocative filmmaker, he doesn't do it necessarily intentionally, really. I mean, that's hard to believe, but he doesn't sit there going, what can I do to shock audiences? And, I think it's just his brain works a little bit differently than the rest of ours, so it just kind of comes from him naturally.
I had a huge argument once with a... Oh, really? Okay. Congratulations on the movie. I saw it last night. How would you describe? Now, it says in the sort of press notes that you're ambisexual.
Yeah.
How would you? What's your take on your character? Because he's not actually that.
He's not flamboyant at all.
Well, he's not sort of that. Not every day. I mean, like, he is. There are people like him out there.
Yeah, no, I think that one of the most exciting things about every character in this film is that they all avoid kind of cliche stereotype, because even the characters that are ridiculous stereotypes, there's such a stereotype that it's almost a joke, and then you find out that maybe that stereotype wasn't really true. And so the characters, including mine, I just sort of thought of him as just I didn't approach him really concerned about his sexuality or whatever. I just wanted to play kind of every guy, which I think is what's kind of new and refreshing, is that you can have a lead male character who you like, and that I didn't want people to leave thinking about the fact that he has sex with men and women in this film, because he's not about that, and the film is not about that. It can just exist in the story.
Mm-hmm. Now, as far as the sex, what's your tattoo say?
Oh, this one,
yeah.
Le Montion.
Le Monde?
Le Montion.
Ah, cool.